Greetings everyone and welcome back to Sorcery. Today we're gonna continue on our journey and gonna try to complete this game somehow. As you can remember, I have no gold, no rations and full stamina, which is quite surprising. And I assume I need go all the way back to this area and find the words which let me open the north gate. Because I don't have them, and somehow I managed to skip all this by dropping down to a sewers, being chased down by a blind people. Let's just check what is on top of this ziggurat. You turn back to the steps and climb higher, all the way to the top of the ziggurat. Night has fallen, stars spread across the sky in peaceful response that belies their true nature. Warring spirits tasking for control of the world below. With your head tilted back, you can see more stars than you ever have seen in this city. Perhaps you are above the level of the lights and the smog or the dust, or perhaps more stars choose to cluster here, around this sacred site. If you were the true mage and not a mere sorcerer, who knows what spells one could wave at this spot. Try to fashion a spell. You lean back and look up, trying to recognize the stars from your studies. LTP... Let's see. Oh, we really have many options here. Lure. Unknown. Ooh, spooky. Should we cast it? What lure could do? You attempt to raise a spell that does not exist, and suffer the harsh consequences as the magic collapses around you. The icy wind chills you to the bone. Oh my god. You look across the city in the far distance. You see torches in the woods towards the north gate. Looking back, you see the lights of Kari coming on, and the shouts of revealed drunks and nighttime thieves. You live quite wondrous, but your journey beckons. You start to long climb back down the ziggurat once more. Well, remember when I said I have full stamina? Yep, that's not a thing anymore. You climb back down in easier going. Halfway down you pause to rest. We don't have time. You've seen enough. You climb quickly back down to the steps and retrace your steps to the fork in the road. My question is, will I need to go all the way back without food and money to buy this food, because this will make me die? Then I need go quite a lot of adventuring. The man underfoot is stamped with footprints, and between them the prints of many paws. Wait, you don't let me go back, game? Oh my god, this is not good. Because in the worst case, where I get to the point where I can't continue anymore, the only option left for me is to rewind all the way back to the sewers and further back here, where I will choose this path instead of this one, which now when I think of that is not really that much of the game. I might do this eventually when I will get stuck really badly, but because I really want to finish this game. It's awesome, I love it. You walk between climbing trees and thick bushes. The north gate is finally in sight. You can see it imposing ornately. Carved wooden doors over the top of the guard huts and low buildings that lie at the end of this road. You pause to watch the guard huts. They seem quite still. One has a hole in its roof. Wind growls through the chimney of another. Are they abandoned? But between here and there is a long road, lined by thick and gloomy trees. A patch of wild forest like you haven't seen since the hills. Go cautiously. You make your way slowly forward, trying to ensure that feet do not crunch too loudly on the gravel. Something catches your eye. Movement in the shadows, on both sides of the road. Torchlight. Okay, what could it be? Stop and look. You stop, ducking into the shadows and watch. Whatever is moving in the darkness, there are a lot of them. Then a gleam of moonlight catches one, and you see it clearly. A wolf, clad in the tight metal armor. No, a werewolf. It sniffs the air. It has caught your stink. The foul air of the sewer still clings to your clothes and hair. No matter, you have defeated werewolf before. Did I? To be honest, I'm not. I don't really remember, but this series is so long, I might just forget. You open your mind to the patterns of the stars above, but just as the last moment you freeze. One werewolf you could probably defeat with a spell, but suddenly there are more. 10, 20, 30 werewolves pass down from the shadows onto the path, forming an arc in front of you. Okay, this is... I don't know, is it creepy? Maybe they are friendly werewolves. Maybe then they don't want to eat my face. Kurga, my friend, what would you do? Maybe they aren't evil. I gonna risk it. I don't have much choice. You wait, tense and ready to run if necessary. Then you notice a man stepping from the tree line beyond. Who goes there? He demands. Friend or foe? Friend. The man does not respond. It is clear he is waiting for something, but what? Weak for fierce noble. Is this a thing? I mean, I remember this, but why a guy in the woods? Let's try it, I guess. Weak for the fierce noble, the man sighs, a huge sigh of relief. Well met, friend, he answers. Weak for the fierce noble. Ask him about wolves. What are those wolves? The teeth of Vic, he replies. 500 slaves with no purpose. The guard will not stand against them and they will keep the peace. I'm going to be a chief of police in the new car. I am a good man, you know. With that he whistles to his wolf and sweeps away into the night. You breathe a heavy sigh of relief. Your clues have been updated. You have reached the north gate. The ground before it is wide and clear and lit by blazing torches, set into brackets either side of the enormous sailed doors. Should there be archers hiding in the shadows? They would have a clear sight on you. Off to one side is a well, but there is no other cover. You don't know all of the spell lines, of course, but perhaps the gate will open to a dope spell after all. Yeah, I was thinking about it, because dope is like open locks overall. But if game tells me this, I believe that might be not a thing. Let's try, I guess. Won't hurt try. Well, it will. 1 stamina, I think. Yep. You stay in the shadows and try the dope spell. You do not expect it to work. The door is wizard locked after all, but it is worth a try while you still have time. You complete the magic and focus on the door, but nothing happens. The tumbles turn, no hinges creak. There is not even the slightest hint of bending wood. It is as if the door cannot hear your magic. Throwing caution to the wind, you step out of the shadows and approach the gate. Time to see if you haven't learned enough on your travels through the city to unlock the gate. You reach the other side of the clearing untouched and stand below enormous doors. Should we try dope now when we are closer? That would be ridiculous if I would have to go stand closer. Big. Grow in size. That is an option. I don't know how that would help me though. Can I get big enough to just like jump over it? That would be amazing. I want to try it. Let's try it. You cast the spell, growing the 3 times your size. You hear a scrabbling noise in the distance. Let's try force open the gate. You howl at the door using all of your giant strength. The gate does not even rattle. Suddenly you are not alone. A phantom voice issues from the wood itself. Halt, stranger! It booms. Do you know the spell which controls the gate? I do not. Fudge cakes! Then the gate denies you, replies the voice. From across the clearing you hear a scrubbing sound of metal, moving over stone. You look around but see nothing. You gaze into the shadows by the wall, expecting from the sound to see guardsmen sneaking along and dragging the points of their swords across the stone behind them, but there is nothing there. Then you hear a cry and you whip round to see a face emerging from the well shaft in the corner of the clearing. It bears the leering hook-toothed smile of a goblin. The creature is climbing a rope with a grappling hook attached, which is hooked over the lip of the well. Yeah, there was goblins, like whole army of goblins in the sewers, isn't it? I remember that. I don't think I can hide in giant form. You turn to run, aiming to find somewhere you can hide and watch what unfolds. But then you realize that you are running for your life, as goblin after goblin clambers from the well and begins to race across the clearings towards you. There is no way you can fight 100 goblins, so you dash aside into the shadows. The goblins put up to the gate. Are they going to try and ram it? But then they stop, and in their midst a small figure is being propelled forward. You cannot clearly see him, but he is wearing a dull metal crick on his brow. He clutches a straw it was keeping him safe. Their king, perhaps? But since when have goblins had kings? He is surrounded by guards of nearly 20 goblins, as though he was indeed precious. Kill the figure? I don't think they will be happy if I do that. You hang back, watching as the figure nears the gate, leaning down to the lock. He whispers something, but you cannot hear what he says. A moment later, the gate begins to move. It is opening! Fuck yes! Oh, maybe it's not that bad. If I gonna stay back and it will close, I will be so fucking disappointed. Run for the open gate. I don't even care. This is your chance to leave the city. You rush forward, waving your sword madly to clear a path through the goblins. You are nearly through, when suddenly a great cry goes up from outside the walls. Something is moving up there. Okay, keep running. You keep pelting madly forward, for once simply running madly and not waiting to look around. You're almost through the gate when you see what is out there. An army of marsh goblins. Thousands of them, fully armed and stamping into the car. Drop to one side of the gate. Can I go through them? Can I say like, hello? Is it okay? In the last moment before the invading army crashes through the open gate, you drop to the side, pressing yourself breathless against the stone. The invading army, marsh goblins, storm through, filling the clearing and meeting their heels cousin into a loud and violent celebration. The man with the cricket at the gate cries with glee, "A new day for Kare begins!" he cries, clambering onto the shoulders of nervy goblin, as though about to make a speech. Quite suddenly the goblins that are carrying him let go. He cries out as he falls to the ground. A sword goes up. There is a scream. They have murdered their own king. What is going on here? The cricket from his death rose to your feet. The goblin clashing sword and shield look towards the city with violent eyes. I need go through this gate. What do you want from me, gate? Oh, why I get so fucked on every opportunity. What is this cricket? I'm just afraid when I try to take it, the gate might close. Go for the gate, take the cricket, run back to the shadows? From the way the king was clutching the cricket in my heft throw, it was thing of power, perhaps akin to the crown of kings itself. But it is nothing Cheap, hammered iron, still bears the groove from when it was once Goblin sword. He tossed it into the dust. Go for the gate. Their attack on Kara is not your concern. Darting forward through the crowd of creatures, you head for the open gate and the backlands. You run for the gate, but your progress is slow. Goblins are surging in, and they are starting to organize. One, a leader of some kind, is hoisted up by the others so he can address the crowd. "Kare falls," he screams in his guttural voice, "and every creature dies." Suddenly goblin eyes are turning on you, as if they had not seen you before. One springs forward, but there are 100 more behind. Run for it! Fucking run for it! You cannot keep this up. Wave after wave of goblin is filling the yard. You cannot hope to kill all with just your sword. You turn and race away into the shadows. Then voice rings out. Stop. There is a better way. Into the shadows? Into the shadows on the other side of the gate? Tell me! I need to know! Who is speaking to me? You look around but can see no one. But all around you, something is happening. It is as though the goblins have slowed down. Their warmongering becoming an absurd. Stately dance, the noise in the clearing dulls to a low rumble. I commanded you to stop. The voice cries, and suddenly you feel yourself held rigid. From the smoke of the torches by the gate a figure emerges. Who are you? You call out. We have not met, the figure replies. It is an old man with a long beard. It is an old man with a long beard and the deep black irised eyes. He pierces through the churning goblin army to stand in the open. His legs disappear into a spectral try. He is at least part white. Right. This thing! Step forward, he commands, and you find yourself beaten. Just let me get on the other side. The goblin seems to part around. You like smoke as you approach the figure. I have aligned 3 stars, the ghostly man declares. Vic rises tonight. The goblins show their hand tonight, but also you are here tonight. My name, the figure intones, is Lorak. I was once a scholar on the noble of the city. Later, I founded it. You founded it later? Isafkare was falling. Sensas had lost their mind and sided with the goblins. The council was in ruins. My own life was threatened. I saw that Kare needed to be saved, so I went back to remake it in the way that could be saved. And here we are now. You have been here 2 days. I have been more. Here, hundreds of years, waiting for you to bring me the spell for the gate. But the gate is already open. You reply, the goblins open it. Their leader did. The figure slowly shakes his head. The spell does not open the gate. His tone is heavy and dark like tarted timber. The spell controls it, and there are deep magics burned into the wood itself. Magics that have points on the city and burn fire into the eyeballs of those who live nearby. He stares at you, his coal-black eyes expressing no emotion. Deep magics. I placed there to be used by you tonight. I'm dead. You must act for me. And if I refuse? You reply steadfast. You must not. The wizard replies. For Kare will fall. But there is no more time. You insist. It's too late. There is magic, Rorak replies, that will give you the time you need. I cast it on myself once, and went far back to before the city was built. I founded Kare. Now you will save it. He waits to let his words sink in. If you will allow me, he says, I will bend time itself so that you may return to the city and find the spell for the gate, so So, shall you take the adventure, or will you leave Kare to burn? Understand also, he adds quickly. I will curse you and the journey to follow if you do not assist me. You hesitate. Kare is a city of troubles, but also of secrets. There is still more than you might find. Can you afford to let the city burn? You have found one new clue, and other clues have been updated. Oh, fuck me. What should I do? I had that hope that in this episode I might be able to finish the game. And I can. The option is right here. But when Sorcery come out on PC, Sorcery 3 and 4, then I be fucked by curse of this guy. This is not easy question for me. I mean, I wouldn't mind to go all the way back and try to find the clues. Okay? But the problem is I have 0 gold and 0 rations. Okay? So I don't think I can even make all the way back without having anything to eat. What should I do? This will be another long episode. I'm sorry. But at least it's kind of eventful, you know. Okay, screw it. We're gonna do this way. I'm gonna continue in the next episode and hope for the best. And if I won't be able to make it, I will rewind to this point and abandon Kare as punishment for bad choices of myself somehow. As punishment for just failing in this game generally. Because this is kind of my fault either way, that I don't have gold either rations to work with. Okay? So yeah, I hope you have a nice, lovely day. And I'm gonna see you in the next episode. See ya! Thanks for watching.